She promised to boost my career, then obliterated it overnight. I slid into my cubicle just before 9, laptop in hand and caffeine craving kicking in. As mid-level marketing manager at Brightwave Tech, I'd learned to juggle product launches, client calls, and the endless swirl of Slack messages without missing a beat. This morning felt different. The air crackled with anticipation. We were gearing up to roll out our new AI-driven analytics tool, the biggest launch in the company's 5-year history. I checked the countdown timer on my desktop, 45 minutes until the all-hands pitch. My fingers danced across the keyboard as I reviewed my deck, user journeys, conversion forecasts, social media teasers. Every slide had to be on point. My boss, Carla, had entrusted me with this presentation as a test of my readiness for senior roles. Nail this, and a promotion could be around the corner. The conference room filled quickly. Colleagues trickled in, murmuring about the tool's potential and the mysterious new figure our CEO had invited, a career coach named Celeste Marlowe. I caught whispers as I set up. Celeste's LinkedIn is on fire, talks about fast-track promotions. She's worked with half the Fortune 500 branding gurus. I tapped the slides, hard hammering. Moments later, the lights dimmed and the room hushed. Carla introduced me. Alex Rivera has led this launch from day one. Take it away. I launched into my pitch, each data point landing with precision. By slide 7, the room leaned forward. By slide 10, heads nodded in sync with my narrative. As I wrapped up with the projected 5-year revenue growth, applause broke out. Even the CEO rose from his seat, clapping robustly. "Exceptional work, Alex," he said, beaming. "This tool will redefine our market position." Relief and pride washed over me. I exhaled, basking in the moment. Then, footsteps clicked on the polished floor as a woman entered, tall, poised, aura of confidence. She had glossy dark hair pulled back in a sleek ponytail, emerald green eyes that seemed to measure my worth in an instant. Her black blazer was crisp, her heels silent. "Thank you all," she said, voice rich with warmth. "I'm Celeste Marlowe, career strategist. I'll be guiding our leadership teams through an exclusive workshop this week, secrets they don't tell you about executive success. Congratulations, Alex, on tonight's launch. I look forward to working with you." My pulse spiked. A private workshop with Celeste? Access to her, insider, strategies felt like discovering a secret path up the corporate ladder. Colleagues buzzed around her, hanging on every word. Carla shot me a knowing smile. Show up. Learn. Shine. Later, as I packed my laptop, a small voice of doubt flickered. Who gives confidential project files to an outsider? But Celeste's aura of authority and her glowing testimonials, CEO endorsements, LinkedIn recommendations, drowned out caution. That afternoon, an email landed in my inbox with the subject line, "Welcome to Executive Success Workshop." Inside, the agenda promised unpublished tactics, cohort networking, and a one-on-one session to personalize your promotion blueprint. A video link bore Celeste's face, radiant, persuasive, offering the promise of fast-track ascension. I clicked accept before thinking twice. My invitation bore a single line. "Please bring all current project files for confidential review." I glanced at the folder labeled Q2 Analytics Launch, my deck user data, internal memos. Handing that over felt like entrusting my career to her hands. Yet eagerness pulsed through me. Guidance from someone with her cash could be the tipping point. That evening, I double-checked the files, imagining the workshop's possibilities. Tailored counsel, strategic introductions, a next-level game plan. As I closed my laptop, the office lights dimmed around me, the glow of the street lamps outside reflecting in the window. Tomorrow, I would step into Celeste's world of inside secrets. I believed I was ready. I believed I'd emerge stronger, faster, unstoppable. I didn't yet see the shadows lurking behind her polished promise. I arrived at Celeste's workshop early the next morning, nerves humming beneath my crisp blouse. The conference room smelled of fresh coffee and polished mahogany. A sleek lectern stood at the front, flanked by floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city skyline. Around me, a dozen colleagues, mid and senior level managers, exchanged eager glances, resumes and tablets ready for insider secrets. Celeste swept in precisely at 9, all charisma and confidence. Her emerald blazer caught the light as she smiled at the group. "Welcome," she began, voice warm. "Today, we unlock the unspoken rules of executive success." Over the next 2 hours, she led us through exercises I'd never seen in any management seminar, role-playing boardroom negotiations, decoding corporate power maps scrawled on flip charts, and visualizing our futures as though already seated at the C-suite table. I found myself energized, leaning into every suggestion. That afternoon, Carla tapped her pen against my desk. "Use Celeste's frameworks in tomorrow's client pitch," she advised. "Show them that new angle on competitive intelligence." I nodded, heart racing with confidence. By Thursday morning, Celeste's guidance had already paid off. I opened my laptop at the client's headquarters, assembled in their minimalist glass-walled war room. I delivered a revised proposal, merging our AI analytics with their upcoming product release timeline. When I paused, the senior VP cleared his throat. "This partnership vision is exactly what we need. Let's finalize terms today." Jaws around the table dropped. My presentation had turned skeptics into champions. Back at Brightwave, the sales dashboard flashed new green bars. Jenna high-fived me in the hallway. "You're on fire," she laughed. "What did Celeste say about framing client priorities?" I winked and directed her to the workshop deck. But success came with a side of unease. As I left the late Thursday meeting, I spotted Celeste slipping behind closed doors marked HR Director. The door clicked shut. A moment later, she reemerged, arms full of crisp manila folders stamped performance reviews. She glanced my way, gave a discreet nod, and ducked into another room. Later, over coffee in the break room, I asked Graham from sales, who'd attended the workshop. "Did you see Celeste in HR?" I murmured. He frowned. "Yeah, she's been pulling reviews all week. They said it's to tailor our coaching, but it feels off." I swallowed. I trusted Celeste. Every account she touched turned to gold. Yet the thought of her poking through my personal reviews, feedback I'd thought confidential, prickled my skin. That evening, I dialed her direct line. Her voice answered on the first ring. "Alex, ready for tomorrow's session?" I hesitated. "About my files, you wanted all project materials." She laughed, smooth as satin. "Absolutely. Real executives embrace transparency. I need your launch deck, memos, performance data, everything you used." Her tone was persuasive, warm. "No secrets, Alex. That's how we build trust at the top." I stared at my desktop folder named Q2 Analytics Launch. It held slide decks, email threads with clients, internal strategy notes, my intellectual livelihood. I hesitated, recalling HR's furtive glance. But desire burned brighter than doubt. "Of course," I said, voice steady. "I'll send them over tonight." Within minutes, I zipped the folder and clicked Share on our secure server. A notification pinged. "Folder Q2 Analytics Launch shared with C. Marlowe." I closed my laptop, adrenaline still thrumming in my temples. That night, as I walked home beneath street lamps, I replayed the workshop's highlights: Celeste's coaching, the transformation of my pitch, the VP's eager handshake. I reminded myself that mentors sometimes demand complete access to guide fully. She's helping me, I thought, unzipping my doubts. Only later would I wonder if sharing everything was the first step in her grand design, to build me up, then bring me crashing down. Tomorrow, I would step into another session, files at the ready. I believed I was taking confident first steps forward. I didn't yet realize I was edging toward betrayal's shadow. Monday morning arrived with a jolt of uncertainty. I booted up my laptop and saw the first red flag, an email from HR marked Updated Performance Rating. My inbox held a notification I never expected. My Q2 review had been revised downward. I clicked it open to find my overall score dropped from Exceeds Expectations to Meets Requirements. My heart sank. I glanced at the open floor around me, colleagues at desks, the hum of fluorescent lights overhead. How could my numbers, my newly signed accounts, reflect anything less than outstanding? I closed the file and recalled Celeste's closed-door meetings with HR. She'd insisted on reviewing every memo, every client email. Now it seemed she'd slipped her own agenda into those pristine manila folders. That afternoon, the rumor mill churned. Whispers followed me in the hallways. "Did you see Alex's review? Suddenly average." I heard Celeste fed HR some insights. I tried to focus on my next project, a social media pilot for our flagship AI tool. But every message I sent felt scrutinized. When I drafted a proposal and emailed it to my team, I later learned it circulated in leadership meetings, stripped of context and peppered with Celeste's comments highlighting minor errors. By Wednesday, the real shock hit. Several of my closest peers received promotions. Mark from sales moved into a regional VP role. Jenna's team grew threefold under her new title. I forced congratulations, but each smile felt brittle. Their successes, once my inspiration, now stabbed at my confidence. I cornered Jenna near the coffee station. "Did your review change?" I whispered. She shook her head. "Still stellar. But I noticed your deck was used in the pitch yesterday, with some notes that didn't come from you." She tapped her temple. "She's in your head, Alex, or at least in your files." A chill spread across my skin. I clutched my mug so hard the porcelain threatened to crack. I waited until evening to confront Celeste. Her office, once sleek and inviting, felt like a lockbox of secrets. I knocked. She beckoned me in with that same serene smile. "Alex," she said, closing her laptop, "you look unsettled." I exhaled, stealing my voice. My performance rating dropped. I said, "And several colleagues got promoted instead of me. What happened?" Celeste's smile softened, but her eyes remained sharp. She leaned forward. "This is part of the process. We needed to reposition your profile, highlight your growth areas so you can evolve beyond them. Sometimes a small setback fuels greater leaps." Her words hung in the air like smoke. "You asked for all my files?" I replied. "Now my mistakes are public, and I'm the only one penalized." She placed a hand over mine, warm but firm. "Transparency is painful, but necessary. Trust the journey." I pulled away, heart pounding. "I trusted you." She tilted her head, gaze unflinching. "And I honored that trust by challenging you. Executive roles demand resilience." I left her office feeling hollow. The workshop exercises flashed through my mind, visualizations of triumph, power maps drawn in bright marker. Now they seemed like traps, luring me into overexposure. In the days that followed, I noticed private emails I'd sent to Carla and the CMO popping up in leadership meetings, emails rephrased by Celeste to showcase my misjudgments. Comments I jotted in draft proposals now cited as evidence I lacked strategic foresight. One evening, I found an anonymous slip of paper on my desk. "Witnessing your fall has made every other rise look brighter." No signature. Just a cruel echo of my colleagues' promotions. A week of unsettling reality passed before a ray of hope emerged. Graham from product development, someone who hadn't attended Celeste's sessions, called me softly. "I've been archiving versions of our joint projects. I still have your original drafts." Relief and determination surged through me. We agreed to meet after hours in the IT basement, where shared screens and buried backups would offer truth. As I walked away from my desk that night, heart heavy but resolve hardening, I whispered to the empty cubicle, "This ends soon." Tomorrow, I would confront Celeste with proof, rally my allies, and reclaim the narrative before my supposed underperformance became my pink slip. The memo arrived in my inbox at 7:03 a.m. Thursday, untitled, anonymous, buried beneath routine updates. I opened it on my commute, subway sway beneath my feet, and read words that froze my blood. Board-level memo. Subject: Performance and Personnel Review, Alex Rivera. To Executive Leadership Team. From Redacted. Content: Celeste Marlowe's contract includes directives from our CMO to manage high-potential talent through strategic setbacks. Attached: Celeste's notes praising HR's re-rating tactics to challenge Alex's resilience. My grip tightened on the grab rail as the train lurched. She's working for the CMO. Every moment of my coaching was engineered to undermine me, courtesy of leadership's secret agenda. Betrayal ignited in my veins. At the office, I cornered Graham in the IT alcove. Dim fluorescent lights flickered overhead as he booted up my archived folder. "Here," he whispered, pointing at version histories. "Your original Q2 deck, untouched by Celeste's edits. And these," he clicked through old email drafts, "show your true input." Relief and outrage warred in my chest. "Thank you," I murmured, eyes stinging. "We need more. Any proof of Celeste's meddling with HR?" He nodded, pulling up hidden server logs. "I found timestamps. When Celeste downloaded your files, then forwarded them with her notes to HR. See?" He highlighted a chain. Celeste emailed to HR with bullet points like, "Highlight these failures," and "Ensure his rating reflects these critiques." We stared at the digital breadcrumbs, undeniable evidence of her sabotage. That afternoon, armed with printouts and saved emails, I summoned Jenna, Graham, and Mr. Simmons, a colleague from finance who'd also felt the sting of Celeste's coaching. We met in a quiet conference room, door locked. My hands shook as I spread the documents across the table. "Celeste's real client is the CMO," I said, voice low but resolute. "She's executing a purge, engineering setbacks to weed out all but the most compliant." I slid the board memo across the table. "We expose this, and we save our careers." Mr. Simmons scowled. "So every misstep they pointed to was her doing? That's monstrous." Jenna leaned forward. "We need a plan, evidence, allies, and a moment to strike." We mapped the final showdown, disrupting Celeste's VIP breakfast with the CMO and HR director that Friday morning. We'd arrive unannounced, documents in hand, play the memo and email snippets on a tablet. No questions, just truth. I spent the evening drafting a concise summary and rehearsing my words. Celeste Marlowe manipulated our files, with directives from the CMO, to undermine me. The weight of betrayal pressed hard, but purpose burned brighter. This was our one chance. Friday dawned gray and heavy. In the executive dining hall, tables gleamed with brass trays of fruit and chafing dishes. Senior leaders sipped mimosas, conversing in low tones. Celeste, radiant in a silk blouse, greeted them with practiced grace. The CMO nodded approvingly as she shared her facilitator's notes. I inhaled, heart in my throat, and stepped forward. "Good morning," I said, voice steady but commanding attention. Heads turned. Celeste's smile flickered. I pressed play on my tablet. Her words spilled from the speaker. "Guide HR to downgrade Alex's performance. Create strategic adversity." Room temperature dropped as stunned silence rippled. I clicked to the board memo. "Here is proof your directives funded her actions." The CMO's face paled. The HR director gaped at the email chain showing Celeste's forwarded notes, stamped. "Action required." Gasps echoed. Celeste's composure cracked. "This is out of context," she stammered. "A misunderstanding." I stepped closer. "These are direct excerpts from your correspondence," I said, voice firm. "You used my ambition as a weapon, to satisfy someone else's agenda." Whispers surged. The CMO rose, voice trembling. "How could I have known? Celeste assured me of positive coaching outcomes." He looked at Celeste, betrayal and anger mixing in his eyes. "You misrepresented everything." Jenna and Mr. Simmons presented HR complaints we'd drafted, colleagues attesting to the sabotage. The once exclusive VIP tables felt like an arena of judgment. Celeste's defenses collapsed beneath the avalanche of proof. The HR director cleared her throat. "This behavior violates every ethical standard. Ms. Marlowe, we're terminating your contract, effective immediately." Security discreetly approached Celeste as the CMO turned away. As she was escorted out, Celeste's final words barely registered. This will haunt you all. The doors closed, and relief flooded the room. I exhaled, trembling but triumphant. Around me, allies embraced, grateful and vindicated. My voice shook when I spoke. Thank you for standing by the truth. Later, Carla found me at my desk. She nodded, eyes bright. You did it, Alex. You held your ground. I managed a weary smile. The journey had scarred me, but justice prevailed. In that moment, I vowed never to let ambition blind me again. Tomorrow, I'd rebuild, on integrity, not manipulation. Friday morning's VIP executive breakfast buzzed with polished chatter and clinking china. The opulent dining room on the 37th floor gleamed under crystal chandeliers, the city sprawling beneath us like a web of opportunity. Celeste Marlowe stood at the head table beside our CMO and HR director, orchestrating introductions with that practiced, radiant smile. I entered with Jenna, Graham, and Mr. Simmons, documents tucked in our briefcases and tablets in hand. Colleagues paused mid-conversation, surprised to see us stride forward unannounced. Murmurs echoed. Is that Alex? The CMO looked up, his smile faltering. Alex. I raised a hand, voice carrying. Please forgive the interruption. I have something the room needs to hear. Silence fell like a curtain. I tapped my tablet, projecting onto the breakfast room screen Celeste's own words. Guide HR to downgrade Alex's performance. Create strategic adversity. Head swiveled. Celeste's smile flickered, then hardened. I advanced the slides, email chain showing her forwarding my confidential files, annotated with bullet points like, highlight these errors. Next, the board memo revealing her contract terms with the CMO. The evidence, timestamps, sender logs, direct quotes, was irrefutable. A hush spread. The HR director's cheeks flushed as she recognized her own signature on Celeste's directives. Jenna and Graham stepped forward, presenting printed HR complaints from colleagues, sworn statements about manipulated reviews, doctored presentations, and orchestrated setbacks. Celeste's shoulders tensed. She opened her mouth, swallowing. This is out of context, she spluttered. I was instructed. I raised a hand, voice steady though my heart hammered. Your real client was never us. It was to serve an agenda that sacrificed our integrity. I met the CMO's gaze. These are your directives, I said, pointing at the board memo. Is this how we build leaders, by setting them up to fail? He paled, glancing at the HR director. I was unaware of the full scope, he stammered. I believed in your expertise, Celeste. Celeste's final defense was a trembling accusation. You're insubordinate, disrupting a sanctioned program. But the room had already turned. The HR director stood, voice firm. This violates every ethical guideline in our handbook. We cannot tolerate manipulation disguised as development. Security discreetly moved in. Carla slipped in beside me, placing a supportive hand on my shoulder. The CMO nodded, solemnly. We'll discuss this further, but effective immediately, Celeste Marlowe's contract is terminated. Celeste's gaze darted around, once so commanding, now stripped of power. She was escorted out as stunned silence gave way to cautious applause. I exhaled, tension easing into triumph. Around me, colleagues offered quiet hugs and relieved smiles. Jenna leaned in, whispering, You did it. Graham met my eye with pride, and Mr. Simmons simply nodded, justice served. The CMO approached, face tight with regret. Alex, I'm sorry, he said. I misjudged everything. He extended a hand. I shook it, voice steady. Thank you for doing the right thing. As the breakfast resumed under a changed atmosphere, I returned to the table where my tablet still displayed the last slide. Integrity above all. I sipped my coffee, the morning's chill forgotten in the warmth of vindication. In that moment, I knew the final showdown had not only cleared my name, it reshaped our company's values. Tomorrow, we'd rebuild on honesty and genuine mentorship. But for now, the battle was won. And I stood ready to lead that new chapter. The Monday after our showdown felt surreal. Brightwave text corridors no longer hummed with hushed rumors, They thrummed with renewed purpose. I arrived at my desk to an inbox flooded with congratulatory messages, and an HR notification reinstating my original performance rating, complete with back pay for missed bonus increments. I opened the detailed memo from HR. All performance ratings for Q2 have been restored to their original evaluations. All related disciplinary actions nullified. Celeste Marlowe's contract terminated for breach of ethical standards. Relief washed over me like morning light through glass walls. Carla found me there, eyes shining. "Welcome back to Exceeds Expectations, Alex," she teased, handing me a fresh pile of client proposals. "And here's your back pay, nice round number." She grinned, pride tangling with genuine warmth. "You earned every penny." I exhaled, gratitude and exhaustion swirling. The last few weeks, I'd fought to reclaim not just my career, but my sense of self-worth. Corporate gamesmanship had almost cost me everything. Now, truth had triumphed. Later that morning, I joined the newly formed Career Council in the boardroom, a peer-led committee designed to vet any future external coaches and ensure transparent talent development. Representatives from marketing, sales, HR, and product development filed in, Celeste's black card already shredded in the finance department's secure bin. I took my seat at the oval table, the only one with a nameplate freshly engraved, Alex Rivera, marketing director and council member. "Thank you all for your trust," I began, voice calm but firm. "Our goal is to ensure mentorship empowers, not exploits. We'll review any external proposals, maintain confidentiality of personal data, and uphold ethical standards." Heads nodded, Jenna's, Graham's, even the CMO's. I felt a renewed sense of purpose, not just surviving, but building safeguards for others. That afternoon, the CEO called a town hall meeting. Employees packed the auditorium, curiosity and relief etched on every face. He took the stage, candlelight streaming through the windows behind him. Earlier this month, we welcomed an external coach to guide our top talent. He began. We believed in swift advancement. Instead, we uncovered manipulation that contradicted our values. Thanks to the courage of Alex Rivera and colleagues, we protected the integrity of our team. He offered me the microphone. Walking to the stage, I felt the weight of hundreds of eyes and the lightness of collective triumph. "Thank you," I said, scanning the crowd. Real mentorship should reveal strengths, not weaponize weaknesses. I'm proud to work for a company that holds itself to a higher standard. Applause swelled, a wave of solidarity washing over me. Afterward, the HR director approached, extending an envelope. "A promotion letter," she said with a smile. Inside, an official offer, Senior Marketing Manager, with a title more reflective of my contributions and a clear path to director level, all based on true merits. I closed the letter, heart soaring. That evening, I sat at my desk one last time before logging off. My journal lay open beside me. I dipped my pen and wrote. I fought manipulation with evidence, reclaimed my rating, and helped build a safeguard for my peers. True mentorship illuminates, never obscures. Today, I step forward with integrity restored and horizons broadened. I closed the journal and gazed at the empty pages ahead, pages waiting for new campaigns, genuine guidance, and honest collaboration. The sting of betrayal had given way to resilience and purpose. As I powered down my laptop, I whispered to the silent office. Real mentorship empowers. It doesn't exploit. And with that, I walked out into the evening light, ready for whatever came next, grounded in truth and stronger for every lesson learned.